Big numbers. Big numbers.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans.
And the Houston.
I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner.
Let's go.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans.
Let's go.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round. Standing 6'5", it's Josh Allen.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times?
Oh, fumble. Get that. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Let's go. Let's go.
A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
Boom.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Go.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
All right. Oh, good job, Saints, beating the Jags.
Get set to take over here. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it.
Justin Reed is on fire today.
Because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On 2nd and 9.
Oh, Vernon this time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
There was no escaping.
A lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen.
Get him, Hillman.
And he goes again.
Freaking sack attack. Sack attack.
And that is the 3rd
hand
sack this
jive.
offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do.
What are you doing? Get the fucking ball.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That
Hard. Why would you let that bounce?
A 64-yard punt. And the Texans will
Deshaun
take over with a
Watson.
1st and 10.
Should we go big play? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to go big play.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Faking the give. Now Watson.
Look at Nash. Look at Nash making a play. Oh, go, baby, go.
30. Pass
Please don't let that be holding. Don't let it be holding.
Take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag
Defense
down.
declined.
So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, long way to go. Still very early in the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Oh, Justin Reed.
Sir. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points.
Ain't gonna pull Justin Reed, baby.
That second down play nets a -4.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Throwing now is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
God, catch the damn ball, man.
This is taken at about the 14.
Oh.
It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And he'll power his way up near the 25. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they create
damn linebacker.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Came out of the power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders.
Shit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's not do anything dumb.
A little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things
clock out and get the wind.
Other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Oh, goodness.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
That's in the end zone.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Damn it. Knew it. I hit it too hard.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Okay.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think
That's 3 sacks.
Down, sacked back at the 2.
On the drive. 3 plays, 3 sacks. Boom.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, shit.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Texans to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Flag? What's this late flag for?
Penalty flag on the field.
Oh, what a bunch of crap. The play was over and they threw the flag.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
God. So many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations.
Very bad.
You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold
blitz.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. Tight end, they could do their
that's interference. Come on. Oh, my God. The ball was in the air.
But this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 3rd down, it's Haynes. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
MVP.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you
Justin.
have ultimate patience here. But you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now Allen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
There is a no escape.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems
Oh, Pickett!
so much
Oh, that should have been a fucking
their
pick.
toes, and they're getting at them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd down, Hanson. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bills send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded at the 20.
Thought he was going to run into the other guy.
Following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over.
All right, let's see if we can 2-minute drill this.
The running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him involved here on this
tough
drive,
catch.
maybe. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, of course the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Do this.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still
Nash, hold on to the ball.
Gentle push off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one.
QT! Come on, man.
Incomplete. Good effort there.
Have the
Trying to take a
positioning.
shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good play.
Damn it.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 46 yards out.
Just like me.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send
was a good half of football.
For Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time
Minus
for a trip
8 yards
around
per
the
play.
NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in week 2.
Carson Wentz is with the Titans
From there,
now?
we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at
West
home
Coast.
at Levi Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. The Bears trying to get to 2-0, and they've got the lead on the road. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. 17-10, the final score. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Haynes.
Damn it, Brewer. Keep getting beat too much. You had the position on him. All the leverage, and he still got past you.
Nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run.
Son of a bitch.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows?
No.
Like they're ready to go.
Damn it.
Now the throw on
too late.
Down, knocked away and incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that
yeah, we
one
should be
up.
playing it safe.
So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and
not
staff
a good
have got to
kick.
say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Look at this guy.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down.
Damn it.
McAllister.
Good job, Loud. Feeling the edge.
Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing his helmet on third. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described,
Man, who are you blocking? Schultz? Block somebody. He ran by 3 guys. Didn't touch one of them.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And again, that second score here in the third quarter. They'll keep it on the ground.
Man, there is nothing.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Haynes. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Let's go for it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here we go on 4th down.
1st down.
And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46.
Say
We looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the air now with Watson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haynes.
God damn it, get out of my way.
20 before he's brought down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What happens when I do this?
From the red zone down.
Oh my God.
Under a heavy rush and down he goes.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
To try again after the sack, Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Often we hear about
how do we fumble so much?
The 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone.
Oh,
he fumbles the ball inside the money zone.
Yep, he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 40.
Damn.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen.
Fumble.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Oh my God. Get this big guy.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. So much about offense
kick a field goal?
is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, 4th. They felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Empirical. Try that tight end screen again.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left.
God, why is it?
And he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Now we talk
that
about
play does
players
not
blitzing
work
all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when you get...
And he's going to go down again.
Hey, McQueen, you are so slow.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. On 4th down, McQueen.
Damn it.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But the Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that. Coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like
Why
this,
isn't my corner out there in coverage?
Right? And the coach called a running play.
Playing freaking...
And pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done. And maybe we can look at that and say,
people
we'll
wide
get
open
better
on
as we
that
go
side.
forward.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On first down, Allen. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half,
too much dominance.
You think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Texans, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.